And now, the best 60-ish seconds of your week.
And we'll have to be a little quick this week because I've just returned from my travels and literally I'm sitting on the steps here at my house having just returned, but I didn't want anybody to miss the best 60-ish seconds of your week. Last week we didn't get much of a chance to talk about the Trump indictments because they were announced after we taped. But this week, of course, he was arraigned and the media is talking about, oh, this is the first time in history a former president has been charged with federal crimes. Well, kind of, sort of, because if you remember, Alvin Bragg in New York had to bootstrap federal issues into his state filing because otherwise the statute of limitations would have run and other problems would have presented themselves. So this may not be quite so historic, but it is an interesting moment. And the question still occurs. What's going on with the special prosecutor and Joe Biden? You know, we really need to find out what's going on in the Justice Department because we continue to hear some pretty chilling things about members of the prosecution in this case being big donors to Joe Biden himself, to the Democrat National Committee, to Barack Obama, etc. Justice has to prevail. Politics cannot be infused into the criminal justice system. And meanwhile, President Trump goes directly from his arraignment into a coffee shop drop-by. People loved him there, all sorts of supporters, and then went to a campaign event in Bedminster, New Jersey, a fundraising event for his presidential campaign. So the race is on, and the number of candidates on the Republican side coming forth is really staggering, meaning that the Republicans really do believe they've got a shot at this thing. Now, how tight this thing gets remains to be seen. The latest poll still shows President Trump north of 50%, but others closing the gap. And there are going to be a lot of things that will happen. As we said last week, just prior to the announcement of the indictment of President Trump, a lot of things are going to happen that will impact this race. So we want everybody to stay tuned. And the Denver Nuggets take their first NBA championship, leaving only a couple of franchises to never have won an NBA title. And Las Vegas takes the Stanley Cup. You know, there's something in my gut that tells me there's something fundamentally wrong with cities like Las Vegas having ice hockey champions. I don't think there's a lot of ice in the desert, but they play indoors, I know. And the Phillies have finally caught up with the Pittsburgh Pirates record-wise, so we'll see how both of those franchises do coming down the home stretch as baseball gets into full swing and sports is upon us all over the place. And summer is here. Next week, I'm hoping that we will have the summer reading list for everyone. I know everybody looks forward to that, but having just returned from my travels, I'm just happy to be here to say that is the best 60-ish seconds of your week, and a very happy Father's Day to those who will be celebrating tomorrow.